I am the greatest. Look at us, mama, we made it. I'm going in like I'm bathing. Yeah, they had a buzz, but we shaved it. They got me feeling like some gay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. It is Talking Riches, and I'm here today with one of the greatest artists, up-and-coming artists in all of New York City, the one and only Mr. Tone Hope.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Peace.
Thank you for having me, fellas. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. You know, on the show, I like to talk about the foundation, right? The blueprint of who you are, your family centra too as well, because who you are today comes from the variety of your mom, your dad, and your village too as well, right? So that's like where I want to start at. Let's start there. Your foundation, who you are.
Okay. Tone Hope, Queens, New York. Lived in a household with my grandparents, cousins, aunts and uncles, and then, you know, of course, also lived with my mother from time to time. My mother was a single mother. My dad was still active in my life. He just recently, sad to say, passed away. God rest his soul. I lived in a single household with my mother. Used to visit my father on the weekends. So I've had a very, very adventurous life. I'm a community child. You know, I was raised by every older person that was around me. But mainly, of course, my mother, my grandparents, and my father.
Nice.
Shout out to the foundation.
Yes.
I can relate. Grandparents are so clutch.
Amazing.
Grandparents are super clutch. Well, you know, let us into the insight of when, in your younger days, when hip hop really made you have that feeling of wow. How far back can you go?
I remember I have a couple of moments like that, to be honest with you. I met Jay-Z. My mom took me to meet and greet to meet Jay-Z when I was a child. I can't remember what year it was. But I remember being on the train. This was when the trains were the old school trains. Like the LIRR, it wasn't like the new LIRR. So I remember getting on the LIRR, it's rocking back and forth, and it's raining hard that day. And I've got my mom in my head like, why my mom taking me to the city? What am I going to the city for? Come to find out, we on a long line. Get to the end of the line. Jay-Z's at the table signing autographs. I'm in my head like, holy smokes. Like, at first, I have the holy smokes feel, but it's like, it didn't hit me until I left. Like, yo, I just met Jay-Z.
Did he shake your hand?
He gave me a little head rub.
Okay.
Little head rub.
He gave you the little man.
Yeah, he gave me the little man.
He gave you the little man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also met LL Cool J when I was a kid.
I met LL Cool J too.
Yeah, he's a legend.
I met him at the Coliseum when they were still doing Shirt King shirts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I went back, right?
Yeah.
I went super back.
Shirts.
See, there's shirts like this, and you had cartoons that had like Dapper Dan with gold on it. You know what I'm saying? So I did one of my own, which was Elmer Fudd and Roger Rabbit wearing Gucci.
That's fire.
I did that for my senior year. How I got this ring right here.
Fire.
Anyway, let's bring it back. So I saw LL Cool J at downstairs in the basement in Queens at the Coliseum, rocking the Kango hat and a jersey, and he was like bigger than life to me because I was, you know, a skinny kid, and he looked like he had to be about almost 200 pounds, and let me see, I'm Bad was already out. I think the third album was coming out, so I know the feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met him. He was right there.
Yeah.
And I was in high school.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I met LL actually a couple times as well, because I met LL Cool J once. My mother took me to a book meeting. He had a book signing. She got a book. She got his book, one of his books early on, and I was a child, like a baby at this time. Then, like, literally around, like, I'll say, like, in my preteens, it was my cousin's birthday. We had Red Lobster at Valley Stream, and he's leaving. He's leaving the Red Lobster. As he's leaving the Red Lobster, he's greeting everybody. This is like the most humblest thing I've ever seen a celebrity do. And at this time, I'm playing Def Jam, if I'm not mistaken, either Fight for New York. I'm playing Fight for New York.
Yeah.
So Mama Said Knock You Out is in that game.
Yeah.
So I know that song vividly word for word because I play that game every day after I did my homework. So now I see him, I'm like, holy smokes, this is LL Cool J. He's talking to everybody's family. He's going side to side, surveying the room to make sure he greets everybody, which is amazing. Then Gets to my family, tells everybody how you doing. He looks at me, hands, another one. Gave me the
Hey,
little
little
man
buddy.
head rub. Gave me the little man head rub. Said, yo, this is a handsome young man right here, man. It hit me. I'm like, damn, this is LL right here. Ladies love this dude, so I might have the little swag to me.
I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Is there a mic near you?
Is there a mic near me?
No, he has a live mic.
Oh, live mic. Okay,
Yes,
just
sir.
making sure.
Yes, sir. But I'm not gonna lie. I don't like to tell this part of the story because now I'm older. It's like, wow, that was kind of crazy. But like, he was going to the bathroom. Me as a kid, once I processed this is LL, I'm like, nah, hold on, I gotta say what's up to LL. I go to the bathroom. He's now leaving from the stall. He's about to wash his hands. As he sees me, we lock eyes. I said, don't call it a comeback. I start rapping the song. I start rapping the song to him.
Wow.
He's looking at me like, yo, this is a kid. Like, I'm really a kid. You feel what I'm saying at this time? So he's like, yo, this is a kid. He's like, yo, goes in his pocket, starts going through his money. His man's like, whoa, yo, like, it's all right. He was like, nah. This is a kid, and he know mama said knock you out. Gave me a $20 bill. I spent it. I had it for some years, but I spent it on a broke day in high school freshman year. So, but yes.
Shout out to Uncle L, man.
Shout out to
that's
LL
what I'm
Cool
talking
J,
about.
man.
See,
Shout out
those
to
are
L.
magical moments. That's a snapshot in the mind that you could go back in a rhyme and tell us that story alone.
Yeah.
I was there with you. I mean, I wasn't there, but I was there.
I was there. When as you were telling the story, I was imagining like you go inside the bathroom.
Thank you, yeah, man. Like that was epic for me.
Yes,
That was epic to me. I ain't gonna lie. That was epic
yes.
to me.
I like that, All right, now take us a little further in time where another magical moment, either you met somebody or you had a wow moment.
Middle school time, I used to walk home with two of like my best friends at the time. Matter of fact, it was a couple of us, but there was periods of times it was just me and these two specifically. One of my homies, we all played basketball, but 2 out of the 3 of us, which is myself and my other mans, we actually used to freestyle on the walk home. And the other mans used to just be our hype man, just making sure like, yo, bro, that was all right there, but you gotta feel me, that was cool, but you gotta come with something different. So we used to just try every day. And like, don't tell them I said this, but when I first started off, I was just going off YouTube, taking people one lyric, another lyric, before I got my own creativity. So you feel me? But yeah, that was a spark for me.
Was you taking like like those Lil Wayne lyrics at a time period?
I'm gonna be honest, whoever you could think of that was nice, that I could distort it with. Lil Wayne, Eminem, 50, of course 50.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. 50 Cent, Cam, everybody. But and even low-key people, believe it or not, too, because that's when YouTube started to get on this ride. So there'll be people who just freestyle, whether in class, beating on the table, and they put up the little 50-second video, whatever the case may be. Yeah, you ain't never gonna see this. We could use this line right here. That was at the time when I was a kid till I realized when I got older, like, you can't even do that. That's plagiarism to the max.
Yeah.
So, so you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was
We'll call that time period the stencil.
Yeah, thank you.
You
Absolutely.
know, because
Absolutely.
as before, like I'm an artist, I draw.
Sir.
And as when we first getting our inspiration, we copy.
Yeah, I
You know
can't.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And as an artist, even as a drawer person, artists who you learn how to put a stencil down and then draw something, you know what I'm saying? And that gave you kind of like your inspiration because you taking some of the lines, like you took the lines.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Right? In Jamaican culture, they call that mana stencil style, you know. But when I'm gonna give you a little bit of insight now, stencil style, right?
Yeah.
When you become the purveyor or you become comfortable in your own styles, plural, then you can just start handing out your stencils to MCs because you know they're gonna copy.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
Because it's your growth process. You know what I'm saying? Where you know they're gonna copy because you done spent so much time in your cadence.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So
sir.
talk to me about the first time you rocked the mic.
So, all right, I told y'all about me freestyling when I was in middle school. I didn't really make my first record, or anything like that, until like 2019 in college.
Okay.
I was with a teammate because I played basketball in college. So I was with my teammate from Washington D.C. He was a rapper. He took music very serious, and he's really good.
So we talking this is your 10,000 hours now.
Yeah. So basically, this is where it
From
starts.
stencil style to 10,000 hours.
So I skipped a lot of years into
No,
in between
because
it too.
those 10,000 hours is what you about to the results of that right now.
Wow, I never even looked at it like that.
Yeah, because
I
you
never
put in
looked
them
at it like that.
10,000 hours, it's like you remember when you wasn't so good,
Absolutely.
right? And now you're like, I think I'm sharp enough to cut people while I ain't saying nothing. I'm not doing nothing. They could just feel the sizzle off me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you unveil, you about to rock the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like a true master ceremony. That feeling when you first rocked a crowd. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Right? Yes. Not just spitting and you did like an album, which is lovely.
Crowd.
That's great because that's focus.
Yes, sir.
But now we about to take the ministry to the street, to the stage.
So I did a performance. It was like a collaborative performance with this young engineer / artist. Her name is Low Key Neek, and she'd worked with my bro Mo Dills, The Underground Life. They had a show. It was in Queens. I can't even remember the location or the name of the location, but it was a very spacious venue. It was a lot of artists there, a lot of dope artists there. I performed this song that I got. It's called Dearly Beloved.
Laughs.
Laughs.
Dope ass song.
Yeah,
Y'all boys
yeah.
ain't check that out.
I performed Laughs, and I was performing a song. You know, I'm doing my thing, performing a song. I realized that the old crowd is just bobbing their heads, snapping their fingers.
Got 'em.
I'm realizing that, but I'm not realizing that until like I was like towards like the middle, towards almost the end of the song. I'm realizing like, wow, people are actually liking this.
Right.
Then it hit me when I hear, this is my first time ever. Run that back. I was like, oh, I was in my head like,
Was it Mo?
you know it was.
Hey, shout out to Mo
How did that
Dill.
feel?
How did it
How
feel?
did that feel?
Amazing. Because first of all, he's a tough critic. So
Okay.
for him to even do that, I was like, wow, I must have, feel me?
That's
And-
the equivalent of a pull up.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
pull up.
Yes. And he's my artist developer. So I know once he made that noise and he said run it back, it was a sign of he's proud and like, yo, the hard
Yes.
work is there, bro.
Yes,
So now
yes,
let's show
yes,
him
yes.
again. And I did.
Mhm.
And ever since then I've been trying to get that feel.
You don't try, you do.
Yes, sir.
Because you try, that means you're not giving it your all.
Yes, sir.
You do make mistakes and all, but do. You know what I'm saying? And every time you do, it just feels all that more because no one knows that you did it 10,000 times.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they do know is that you gave it your all when you got in front of them, and they could feel that. So from the pen to the mic to their ear to their heart to their memory, you're trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like not just because of what you said, but you put so much feeling into it. So even when they see you performing it, and then when they go see that the people get it, then it's like, okay, I think I'm doing my job now. I feel it all the way. They feel it.
That song caught me.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's
There
I
you
just
go.
I just moved to you where I think.
Yeah, there you
Thank
go.
you.
So-
Yep. Thank you.
Dope
Thank you,
ass
fellas.
song.
Little by little, you like what I sometimes like to call your on the road ministry. You know what I'm saying? Because you get to give people hope. You know, they wake up, they don't feel. They ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And they need a reason to get up, go outside.
And speaking of Hope, how did you even get your name Tone Hope?
Ah, man. Tone Hope. Well, I know there was a period of time I was in college and I used to make little Instagram quotes. And at the end of every quote, I used to say, the hope. I used to just say, the hope after every quote because it was motivational. And people would feel it. People would be like, nah, bro, I feel you, bro. Like, nah, that's how I felt that. That's my mood today. Or like, nah, I just thought that I was thinking like this the other day and I just didn't know how to put it in words. So I just was running through it, going with it. Just the hope part, though. My manager said, yo, bro, like, instead of being the hope, like, your name, you know, your name, you know what your real name is, you know what your first name is, but shorten that to Tone. Shorten that to Tone and add the hope behind it. That's a nice 8-letter, 4-letter.
I think you should do a hotline.
Think so?
Yeah, do a hotline so that, you know, people want to talk about is not only their album, why they was not give up.
Oh, like call like 1-800-TONE HOPE.
Yeah.
To speak to Tone Hope.
Yeah.
You got
I
some
like
hope.
that. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, man.
That's a
Turn
very,
that
very
to your
good idea.
one of your next songs or whatever. People call in and be like, "Yo, this is
You get it?
this
I
going
get it.
on."
Like
no,
that.
no. Yeah, I like. Trust me, I get it though.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
sure.
this-
So
Dope.
you 1-800-TONE HOPE, you know.
Then the person
And you be like, hello?
Yeah, how you
Yeah.
doing? I need some help.
And then after they said something, what you got to say is the motivational thing they need to hear.
but
it's,
you rapping it.
But it's the song.
I get it. No,
You know
I get.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
Got you.
yeah, for sure. So you just need the right
I like
boom
that.
baps to get you there. Yeah. We'll do a
Okay.
listening session for sure. I got some music for you too.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what's
we
up.
can do
Thank you,
one
thank
here. Shit.
Yeah.
Thank you. I truly appreciate that.
Okay, so basketball, right?
Yeah,
Oh, you hoop?
Basketball.
I used to hoop.
He's a hooper.
Yeah,
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 hooper,
yeah, so-
dog.
Yeah.
Outside or inside? You
I,
more deadly on the outside or more deadly on the inside?
nah, my inside game, believe it or not, like my jump shot wasn't really that great past
Okay.
the mid range. It was
Mm.
cool, but it wasn't that great. But then again,
You're not intimidated by the big men in the paint?
nah, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I was never scared of that. I used
Okay.
to actually have bounce, but before when I was slimmer and you
Uh-huh.
know, but about my outside game, believe it or not, I honestly say like nobody would ever know how good it was or bad it was because it's like I never really shot it.
Okay.
But I felt like there's other ways. You
Mhm.
know, I'm a point guard, so it's either I got to dish the ball or if I'm going to attack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack because it's either I get a foul, I make this layup, or we're going to kick it out. It's an assist. But yeah, I was a decent basketball player. I'm
You
not
was
going to
on teams?
overexert. Of course I was. Yes,
Okay.
sir, I was.
You still play?
Nah, them days are over, man.
Don't. All right. Don't lose the boogie though.
Yo, one of my
Don't lose
What
the
a-
boogie.
one of my closest friends just told me the other day, like, yo, bro, every time we tell you to play ball and you say you don't want to play ball, I get so angry. Like I get so angry, and I'd be like, I just don't feel it. No
Every
more,
once in a
bro.
while, you gotta pop out.
Gotta pop out.
Oh,
Just every once in a while, though.
you're right though.
You know what I'm saying? It's a proper allocation of the energy, cause you never know but you let them know. Like as soon as they give you the ball, you start hitting them from the outside. Like three over here, three over there, three over there.
I might have to do it one day. I might have to
Yeah.
take heed to that right there.
Yeah, every once in a while, you have to always drive the middle, man. You know, start hitting them from the outside.
Oh man, those are the days.
It's like sharpshooters.
So with basketball, right? How do you correlate music with basketballs? You do have a song Forgotten Players.
yeah, absolutely.
So listen to it, watch the video. So it reminds us of like the old school basketball or them folks. And what's that famous basketball court in New York everyone likes?
It's
The Rucker-
Rutgers Park.
The Rucker.
You know, remind me of that like that old school and one, but that giving the flowers to those players. So how did you correlate that song with basketball and kind of create that art?
Cause I realized like with basketball and even with hip hop, I'm also starting to realize it's sad to say people don't give legends their flowers a lot. After a while, if a person like I guess isn't like MJ of course or the Jay-Z's or the Nas's, you tend to be like, yeah, he was cool, and you try to bypass it, but like nah, when he was doing his thing, he was doing his thing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it was probably the marketing or whatever the case may be that may have hindered it, but nah, he was doing his thing. You can never forget that because it's engraved in history.
Mm.
So that's what really came through with it. And then
Could you name an underdog legend you think that probably should get but not having received the proper,
Mahmoud, that played for the Denver Nuggets, point guard.
Okay.
Mahmoud, Mahmoud. His original name was Chris Jackson,
Okay.
but Mahmoud.
Is it Shabazz?
No, his name is like Mahmoud Abdul Raif, if I'm not mistaken. I could be incorrect though.
He
Please
played
don't
on
quote
Big
me.
Three.
Yes, he did.
He was
Point guard.
baller.
Okay.
Now in the song, I definitely said like the first line is the hopes of prototype for now. Just call me Mahmoud.
Mm.
I say that because like Mahmoud, what he did in the NBA is what people praise Stephen Curry for, in my opinion.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Stephen Curry's game, if you look at it, is like a damn near replica of Mahmoud's. It's just a little bit more advanced, of course, now because the free way that the NBA has it. But it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, Artist Gilmore. He was a center back in the day. He played for the Bulls and he played for the Spurs. I mentioned him in the song as well. I also mentioned Bob McAdoo. Bob McAdoo is tough. Bob McAdoo is tough. Mind you, I never watched none of these guys play on live TV.
Right.
So I went out my way. I always went out my way to learn
You had to
about
do
basketball.
research.
Always.
Okay.
Always.
You do research for your songs.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause I
different.
gotta know what I'm talking. I gotta know what I'm talking about.
It's
But
a project.
and also though, but like when it comes to basketball, it's sad to say like even when I was a kid, I knew about basketball. So that's
Okay.
something like I could like you could quiz me on.
Could you
Not so
predict
much
who's
right
gonna
now.
win?
Right now, I've actually it's crazy. And y'all could ask a couple of my homies this. There's two instances where I predicted things. Prime example, the 2019 Raptors. The moment they traded for Kawhi in the summer and traded DeMar, and I said they're going to the chip. Like, no matter what, that was always on my mind. From the moment Kawhi Leonard went to the Raptors, you could dock that. You can go check my Facebook, my old Facebook, that I don't use anymore. I said that. And
if you go on record and being right a percentage of the time, they may have to call you the Oracle. And
I ain't gonna
check in with you and be like, yo, I'm thinking about.
I'm not gonna over exaggerate like it's every time or it's like all the time, but I've had key points where I said like, nah, this is how it's gonna go, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I could tell because this is how, you feel me? Look at the science behind it and look at everything else that may fall into place, and yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Also, the Baylor Bears, when they won the March Madness, when they won the championship, because it was actually the year before COVID stopped basketball. Then the next year they won the championship. They had the same team, so it was like, that's how I look at things. Like, it's inevitable that they don't lose that. So yeah.
Okay. So back to the music section, right?
Yes, sir.
How do your brain works as an artist, right? You already know you do research, but when you got a blank paper in front of you, how do you even start to create a song? What comes to your thought first, and how the process works from beginning to end?
The mood I'm in. I'm a nostalgic guy at times, so memories. I've had a lot of experiences in life, good ones, bad ones, of course, regular stuff. So I take all that into consideration, and depending on the feel of the beat, and that's where I go with it from there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
How many? What kind of producers you work with?
It's so crazy because I've worked with producers I've never even seen face to face before.
Really? Okay.
I'm serious.
Which one has given you the best experience? As far as professionalism, the way they stuff sound, the level of communication, the end product.
I'll be honest, I'd be lying if I just named one. Like,
There's a few that you have.
I've been actually blessed with the opportunity, especially this early in my career, to say that I've worked with some pretty decent guys.
Okay.
And once again, like I said, I've never seen these guys in my life.
Well, the ones that the ones music that move you the most,
yes, sir.
Get to know their personality, because what happens is they will start to make your stuff tailor-made.
Yes, sir.
You have you ever worn a tailor-made suit before?
One time in my life.
How was that?
It was amazing.
All right. So imagine now, you go to a producer, and he sees your interviews, because that's something I do. I watch interviews of artists. I study them. You know what I'm saying? And I listen to their speech pattern, their breathing, what they wearing, and I go into the lab and I make something for them. So depending on what I'm thinking, how I translated it, I'll wind up translating that into a couple of 1 or 2 tracks based on that conversation I heard them talk. So when you get a chance to get to know the personality type of the one that's making your beats, and vice versa, they get to like watch your interviews like this one here. Then it's like going into the store. You picked out your own fabric. You went and you knew the accessories, what color shoes you wearing, what color belt you're wearing, right? And then you said, all right, here are my measurements. And they make the suit for you, and then they want you to go in for another fitting to tighten it up. So by the time you wear the suit now and you rocking the beat, the changes in the music, you know what I'm saying, fit every breath you take. You know what I'm saying? Because the suit is so tailor-made for you. Not the next MC. For you specifically.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because now people are looking at you being real intentional with the beats that you pick, the words that you say, how you say it, where you get on mark, how you tune into the people. You know what I'm saying? It becomes this well-refined craft. Like when I was in college, I didn't know it was a big deal to pick out certain paintbrushes. Then I started learning it was a big deal to show up to shows with your own mic. To show up with your own sound, man, to make sure that you sound good. When they click it on, you be like, your sound check is going to be phenomenal. They're going to wish they came to sound check. Because sound check was just as good as the show. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the herbs and spices that you start picking up along the way, as from, a elder statesman MC to another.
Thank you.
you start showing up like you were agent, like you were an assassin, a sniper even.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's the level you taking it to,
Yes, sir.
because it's necessary. Then the shine comes with your practice and all of that. So now that we've gotten into the details of you're being real specific and intentional about the music that you make, the artists, or shall I say the producers that you choose to work with. Where would you say, feeling wise, texture wise, your music is going now? Like your latest 4 pieces that you did. You know what I'm saying? How do you think the last 4 songs you just did, how you feel about those?
I feel very well. It shows a very diverse and versatile side of my music. Because I got music where it's uplifting. Yeah. And I'm rapping. And then I got songs where, I'm talking to the ladies, of course.
Oh,
a little bit more smooth and romantic.
That's how you sell tickets.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, Uncle L taught us that.
Sure.
Yeah, Uncle L taught us that. He also said, stay in shape, brothers and sisters. Because to spit and be going back and forth is, it's an athletic thing that you're doing.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, breath control.
The hard way. I had to learn that.
Yeah, breath control is very big, because you can't just be standing in one spot rhyming. You got to walk back and forth. You got to interact with the people. Yeah. You got to, move your body around. You know what I'm saying? You have to see if is it really connecting. Do you got to pick the energy up? Because sometimes it be up to you to really bring things up. Because it could be just like super bland before you get on.
You set the tone.
Like similar, yeah. You setting the tone. That's
I like that.
Right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people, they so used to a certain type of performance where you so live. I'm sorry. Yeah, you so live with it that not only you set the tone, now they got a reason to be excited. And when was the last time you rocked the show and the crowd was just so excited? They was like, yo, you got it.
And it's hard to follow up that. The person to come after you after that, it's like, God, they expect the same energy or at least more. But if someone comes after you, follow you after that, and doesn't do the same thing or better?
I had a show where the crowd definitely, they were feeling me, because I performed my song Pam. I performed it the first time. But I can't lie though, the guy right after me, he followed up very well. So
nice.
You know what I'm saying? So like y'all would have had me with that one, but now the guy after, he was phenomenal. So
is there an MC that helps keep you on your toes that's out there that you may not have to say a name, but is there such an MC that keeps you on your toes?
Absolutely. There's actually a lot. I'd be a liar if I didn't say that. Okay. There's a lot of very dope artists out here where you look and you think, wow.
Are any of them in your camp?
Of course.
Okay.
I think majority of them are coming from my camp, my side of the neighborhood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's like the guys I'm around are very, they have unique, versatile, and they come with originality.
Yeah.
And I feel like not everybody, but there's some people that don't come with originality anymore per se. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dope stuff. So nowadays, right? You talk about your motivation, right? How you used to give people the motivation talks. What keeps you motivated? Keep going every day.
Everything in life, from family to just me being an overthinker in life, to even lost loved ones, that have told me things that have stuck with me forever.
What is one thing that person shared with you?
You'll go as far as you will go in life if you don't deter yourself. And that, for a while, I didn't even understand that. So I had thought, like, what is, you'll go as far as you'll go in life, as long as you don't deter yourself. But that means, like, if you just going on a path, focused path, where you're like, all right, this is what I want to do. I'm not trying to get distracted, not trying to indulge in anything else, but what's going to take me to what I want to do, then it's inevitable that it'll get done as long as you're praying towards it and work hard towards it. That's how I feel.
You focused and locked in.
Absolutely.
Okay. Obsessed with it even.
Yeah.
That's healthy for
Yeah.
artists. You know what I'm saying? Because now you leaving room for inspiration for stuff you haven't done yet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to cut you off, big bro. Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player.
Okay.
So to piggyback on what you said earlier, basketball and music, what's your correlation? Like basketball, I got it for practice early in the morning. So and I work now. I still work a job, but when I wake up for work in the morning, I try to write a verse.
What kind of work you do?
I work in human services. I'm a DSP, HAB spec, in the autistic community.
Oh, really?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
I used to work for Board of Education.
Wow.
Yeah. First teaching job was at Rikers Island.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, if I may ask?
Gladiator school.
Wow.
I got to meet a lot of young MCs. You know, they wished that the plane would crash into the jails.
Yeah, man. Free those guys,
this was around the time where Mobb Deep was about to come out, and C-74 that they sung about in their rhymes. I was working there.
Wow.
You know, so around that time I was just graduated college. I was teaching there and doing shows at night. You know, so it was wild because like I would rollerblade with my see-through briefcase to the spot where the bus would pick us up and bring you to Rikers Island, you know, and then they had to, you know, you had to go through the metal detectors, and I'm like, yo, I'm fresh out of college, it's like 90, 95, right?
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, and I'm teaching art. I'm teaching art, but
That's
then
crazy.
they want me to rap at the end of art class, and I do a show like later on that night. So that was called C-74, you know. So
Sure.
but the money was okay, but the feeling, of course, no one doesn't like the feeling of the sound of the jail bars
Yes, sir.
when they clang. You know what I'm saying? And even when you leave, overall, you have to say, okay, the money was cool, but the experience to be around that heavy energy was not something I wanted to stay with, so I left after a year.
Yes, sir.
But the world of the arts, man, it's still taking me. You know, it took us. We right here.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and it's amazing space right here.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
so you know, you get to tell a story. So that was a wild one for me, where I got out at like 4:00. Then later on, I was working with the Lyricist Lounge, you know, setting up the shows, doing the open mics downstairs, then the live shows upstairs. So my day was full. It was crazy.
See,
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I would even throw my songs into the mix.
it's tough.
So everybody in your circle was like, you know, either working and, you know, doing their creative thing. So like I said, it's a ministry of hope. You know, it's a good thing that's part of your name. So that, you know, you'll hold the mantle and be like, ladies and gentlemen, you know.
He's still setting the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
My goal, man.
Every
That's the goal
time,
every time.
you turn around, you got a reason to get your name out there.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Even your careers, plural, or your perspective can grow and grow and grow to the point where you become not just the MC, but the motivational speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you another reason to live. You know what I'm saying? Then you take them away. You know, you look at performances like James Brown, you know, Otis Redding, Dougie Fresh.
Legend.
The show.
You know,
Legend.
you get to see like how they just get people feeling good based off like, you know, not just the performance, but what you came to bring. So I would like to know, what is your dream experience thus far that you would like to experience in your creative endeavor as far as your music is concerned? Like, how far would you like your music to take you? You got a clear picture of that?
I want to be an artist that people, whether it's a major or whether it's underground, like low key, but people still know me throughout the country and even throughout the world. I just want to be an artist that people say like, nah, listen to his music and his music is good. His music has changed my mood, or his music maybe changed my perspective on this outlook that I had on life. Or like, nah, man, this guy's just a dope individual. All in all, man, it was an honor. That's what I want people to
You do
really say.
collabs?
Yeah, I do. Not as much as I'm supposed to, which are actually gonna come out soon.
Okay.
A lot more collabs will be in the works, but I
Okay.
have definitely done some great ones. If
Mm.
I may, the Dope Rebels. I've done collabs with them.
Yes, sir. Shout out Dope Rebels.
Shout out Dope Rebels. My boy JB, I've done collabs with him. He's an up-and-coming artist as well. F Money, Ray Baby, Reem Cash. I can go on. It's a large list of great artists that I've worked with.
Are you familiar with Ka? You ever heard of him?
Kai?
K-A?
K-A?
He just passed, by the way. He used to work with Rock Marciano. He was a fireman, a lieutenant in the firefighter, New York firefighters.
God rest his soul.
And I'm in the whip, and I see him in firefighter regalia, and I shouted him. I was like, "Yo, keep doing the music." He put out one more album after that, and then he passed.
God rest his soul, man.
You know what I'm saying? And his name just rang a bell, because we all sometimes have to take on another persona right before your music puts you in the spotlight on a more permanent basis. And that's a very pinnacle time that you get to be in your Clark Kent mode before you go into superhero mode and put on your cape and inspire people to see the best in themselves.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So you at a very important time where right before Superman puts on his cape, right before little Billy says Shazam, you at that moment right there where the emergency is coming up and you got to turn into the super MC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wow.
So just get ready for that moment to be able to know when it's time to dun 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 dun. I did the best I could, but you get the picture. Because superheroes are MCs and MCs are superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Whether we know it or not. You know, because you're on a hero's journey, and depending on how far you want to take it, you will have a moment where you're going to inspire another little kid like you was inspired by LL. You know what I'm saying? And it's a important job that you keep that going.
Right. Just imagine you coming out the stall and the kid is right there. My dearly beloved.
Yo, you know what's so crazy?
You know what I'm saying?
It was so crazy. That's a moment that I'm going to cherish, though. Like, if that ever does happen, I'm going to cherish that. Like, I'm going to cherish
Somebody
that.
remembers your rhymes.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be like, wow.
Yeah.
It feels like it happened.
Just looking through your old rhyme books and stuff, you be like, yo.
I came a long way.
Yeah, but you keep going, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
You're supposed to keep going, until they put you away somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Keep
sir.
going
Nice,
Yes,
nice.
sir.
until your pen break.
So your project coming out February 27th,
Oh.
right? Let the people know, the dope title of it, what they should expect from this project, and where they can find it at.
It's my first project. It's an EP. Set the tone.
How many songs?
6-song EP.
Okay.
Yes, sir. With Set the Tone, you can expect nice wordplay. You could expect really, really good music. Really good music, nice wordplay, and also music that'll have you on your toes. Because you'll be like, all right, what's next?
Where'd you record it at?
I recorded it in the Respect the Rec. Majority of my project, Respect the Rec, RDR Studios. My boy Drippy and / Low Key Neek, the young lady I was telling y'all about earlier. Dope, man. Dope.
Was that in Queens?
Yes, it is. Cambria.
Okay, that's what's
Cambria.
up. My grandmother had a house in Cambria Heights, Queens.
Wow, that's crazy.
I grew up going to 118th, 235th Street, grandma's house, every weekend, every holiday. You know what I'm saying? Until grandma sold the house. But that part of Queens right there was my second home when I was leaving Brooklyn, so I know it very well.
Wow. Wow.
Very, very well.
See? Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. But that project, I feel like it's just gonna be the start to a lot of great things. A start to a lot of great things that they can expect from Tone Hope from here on out.
Okay.
What's your next live show coming up?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I looked away.
Yo,
this would
hey,
be
yo,
our
split second, like.
you looked away. Yo, at the right time, at the right person.
Yeah, when Mo got all the answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mo got the answers.
All right.
You ain't got the answers.
Oh.
Word. Where's that? Tell us about that.
The residency, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I be in and out of it due to how hard I work, so I be tired when he be speaking sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
He knows I mean well, but the residency is definitely gonna be my first show back into the onto the stage, and there's gonna be a lot of great artists on that card too. I always like to mention how great other artists are around me, because it's like it helps me get better when I realize like, yo, you perform like this, but you got to do better, because these guys right here, they set the tone. So you got, if they setting the tone, everybody sets the tone in their own way. So I got to just, even though I'm tone, I got to respect it, and I got to learn from the game, because I'm a student of the game.
You feel like you about ready to do it full time?
Almost.
Almost.
I'm ready, but it's like I
realistically,
I love my job. I love my job.
That's I'm talking about. See, that's a very pivotal thing right there.
Yeah, I love my job, but I'm
jumping out there saying that I could fly.
Yeah.
I don't need this parachute now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And that can be a scary thing. That's what I'm learn from many different artists to build some of your business around your music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so that they have a reason to be like, okay, I heard your music. I've been to your show. I read your bio. I like your story. You know what I'm saying? And then that kind of opens the door to even more. You know? But the time will come where you're going to be like, am I ready to do this full time? Can I feed myself with this God-given gift that I put my 10,000 hours into, that now I'm ready to put my all into? You know what I'm saying? And that is a critical, important time and decision that if you choose to make that.
I feel like when that time does come, I will be ready.
Okay. Do you have a projection of when that might be? You don't have to give an exact day and time, per se.
I do.
Okay, so what you got? What you got?
You gotta give us time. It'll come soon. It will come. It'll come soon.
He said,
You'll see him at the inauguration. At one of those inaugurations, performing in DC.
Said one of the inaugurations.
On the inaugurations.
Oh boy,
yeah,
it's coming soon.
Okay,
it's coming soon.
We'll appreciate you for coming on here, man. So after this, man, definitely we about to have a performance. So everybody who's watching now, make sure you check out this video that's right there coming. It'll pop up in a link. Either it'll be a continuous after this episode, so just wait a few seconds, then you'll click to it, or just click the next episode. So just stay right here. But Tone, we appreciate you, man.
Thank y'all for having me.
How can people reach out to you if they need some advice or mentorship?
Yo, connects.
Hit me up on IG, Tone Hope 22 on Instagram, Tone Hope 22 on TikTok, Tone Hope on Facebook. I'm active on social media, not TikTok as much, and fell off on Facebook a tad, but I'm still there. But Instagram, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a talk away.
Yes, sir. Literally. Okay, well, appreciate you, man, and thank you.
Thank you for coming out, blessing us with your presence.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, fellas.
A lot
thank
of insight. You helped me go down memory lane a few times.
Thank you, man. Thank y'all for having me. I truly appreciate y'all.
You're welcome, man. This is one and only. This is Talking Riches. This is Ron2Riches. Coming up, performs next, Tone Hope. Deuce.